Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world originally called Jesus Christ. Shema Yasharala Yahweh, Allah Yahweh Yahweh Achad.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
My name is Marakad Yahweh the Ban Yasharala. I'm an officer of the Ban Yasharala and Mashua Yasharala. And to my right,
Nakar Ban Marakad Ban Yahuda Ban Yasharala, soldier of F.O.R, foundation of righteousness.
Khan. And we're going to come to you today with a video we call Diligence. You know, because there's a lack of consistency out here in Israel. Everybody's forgetting what they're supposed to be doing, and they're off in everything else. All right, and that's a big lack of consistency, and they're showing a big. There's a big uproar of inconsistency in Israel. Brothers is not paying attention to what you are here to do. All right. Everybody is not understanding. There's a reward at this. There's a reward at the end of this. Okay. You're acting like there's not a reward, and you're losing your reward because you're taking your mind off of your job. Hashatana do that to you. Hashatana make you will make you think that the job that you're doing right now is nothing. That spirit of stay in your house, that spirit of stay in your camp, that spirit of stay around you and your friends, and you start to think that, man, this work ain't nothing. That's because y'all not staying diligent and persistent, having a continuous flow of things. You gotta stay diligent, and it's true. Let me get Hebrews 6 and 10, Baba Kusha.
This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Most High is he's not an unrighteous man, and he's not going to forget your labor of love. Don't you ever think that, all right? So what you're doing right now is you're inconsistent. You need to stay diligent, all right? Read.
Which ye have shewed toward his name.
I like that labor of love, which you shew towards his name, right? Read.
And that ye have ministered to the saints, and do minister.
And we do minister to the saints, and we show that labor of love. And we speak about the Most High. We say, in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaMashiach Yahushua. That labor of love, we go out there to them highways and byways. You need to stay diligent at doing that. Read.
And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
And that's what we're doing right now. We want you, brothers and sisters, to give a good assurance of what is to come. That confidence. Show that confidence you had before when you came into the truth. All right? You're not the seeds that fell amongst the thorns, you know what I'm saying, and all that is the above. You need to stay diligent. All right? Read that again, Baba Kusha.
Start from 10.
Come.
For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints, and do minister.
Read.
And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
To the full assurance, all right? A positive declaration intended to give confidence, a promise. It's intended a promise for this labor of love, man. So, to the full assurance of hope unto the end. You are confident unto the end, all right, that you're going to get salvation. You are fully persuaded in this truth. Let me get Proverbs 10 and 4. You're fully persuaded in this truth. You go out, you do this work week in and week out. All right, you sisters at home cooking these home-cooked meals for these brothers when they get back from camp. To the full assurance that you doing the job because your salvation is predicated upon how you treat your husband and you follow the laws of the Most High through your husband. And your husband is keeping the laws of the Most High and following the example of Hamashiach Yahushua when he's setting the foundation that he set. And you got to be careful how you build on the foundation that Yahushua has set, you brothers. All right? So read.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
He becometh poor.
Say what?
He becometh poor.
Read.
That dealeth with a slack hand.
Come.
But the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
But the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Why? Because he has full assurance of what he's doing. He's confident. He's staying diligent in this truth. He's showing a big gain of consistency. He's not inconsistent. He's not falling off. And if you do fall off, it's not a dead end. You can get right back on track. If you watch this video, you listen to us and how we're speaking to you, all right, you need to show a full assurance of this until the end. But he that dealeth with a slack hand becometh poor. And he that is diligent, he's going to be rich, man. And that's these brothers that believe, these brothers and sisters that believe it, and they're not being inconsistent, and they're not falling off. Because them that are being inconsistent, you can see it's manifesting. It is, man, I got to get that precept, but it's manifesting, man. All right? Let me get 2 Peter 3 and 12, Bible Kusha. All right? And you can tell when a brother's becoming poor in his truth. All right? He's dealing with a slack hand. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And you gotta get right back on the horse. That's what you do. Get right back on the horse, man. Just stay diligent, man. Like, you know what? Enough with all that. Enough with all that. Stay diligent in this, man. Don't be inconsistent. Don't let nobody take you out this truth, man. All right? Stay diligent. Read.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God.
Right? Everybody is. Read.
Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
And we always telling everybody, you're going to burn. You're going to burn. We looking for that. We looking for them nukes, man. Brothers are praying to be here until the end. They want to see this place burn. All right, read.
And the elements shall be, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements. What are the elements in the sky right now? So if you're saying the elements are going to burn with fervent heat, those are those same elements in the beginning that they pull light out of. Them elements are going to burn. The sun don't light the whole earth, man. Those are elements that are lighting everything. So imagine those elements burning. All right? Read. That's what we're looking for. Read.
Come. Verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein.
And we always talking about it, man. Like our concrete ain't going to be like y'all. Ours going to be the best. It ain't going to be breaking apart and everything because of the lack of sabbaths of the land, and the land is just falling apart and everything. We stay diligent so we can get that, because the talk of the new heavens, we want that. So we stay diligent in this truth. Read.
Look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
We're going to 14.
Verse 14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that you may be found of him.
Hey, beloved, seeing that we look for such things, say what? Being that we look for such things, read.
Be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace.
Say that again.
That ye may be found of him in peace.
Be diligent. What say? Be diligent. Start from here.
Be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace.
Be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace. So let me ask you: are you in peace right now? Probably because you're not diligent. Is your spirit vexed right now? You're not diligent, man. Don't let your hands be slack. Keep feeding sheep, man. Keep pushing videos that represent peace. All right? Stay diligent in this truth, man, before you find yourself poor. Read.
Without spot and blameless.
Without spot and blemish. You don't want to be a dirty Israelite in this truth, man. Because Yahweh Shai don't want to put a robe on a dirty Israelite. He ain't trying to do that, man. You got to stay diligent. All right? Give me 2 Chronicles 15:7, Bible. Matter of fact, yeah, get that.
Second Chronicles chapter 15, verse 7. Be ye strong therefore, and let not your hands be weak.
Now don't get that for me. Get 1 Peter 1 and 9. Read it here. So I can get that one after. You might want to save that if you want to. But yeah, get 1 Peter 1 and 9. You're going to read this one.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 9. Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
Can I read that again?
Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls.
So the point of 2 Peter 3 and 12 and 14 at the end is talking about be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blemish, right? Read that again, Zanakaria.
Receiving the end of your faith, even
that's the end of the faith. Receiving The end of your faith is to be found without spot and blemish. You don't want to be found with all that. Receiving the end of your faith. You want to be found blameless, spotless. Read.
Even the salvation of your souls.
And your soul, what is that? Your psyche, your conscience, your mind. The salvation of your soul. You want to say that. You want to take what you know now into the next life. The salvation of your soul, man. That's your characteristics, your mind, how you think, how you are right now. You want to take that into the next life. You got to stay diligent so you can save yourself, man. Sisters and brothers, stay diligent, man. Stop loving drama. Y'all love drama. Israel loved drama. And you always pile up in Facebook accounts where people are preaching drama. You just want to see it. You want to know that the truth ain't nothing just like Christianity. But this truth ain't Christianity. All right? This truth has nothing to do with Christianity. This is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And you can honestly tell by the foundation that Yahweh Shai said when brothers go outside of it, they fall into drama. But Israel's is drama. Israel loved drama, man. Israel loved contention. They love that. And Israel always piling in the Facebook accounts and YouTube accounts of brothers that are contentious. And they're not paying attention. That's why a lot of sisters ain't in order. That's why a lot of brothers ain't in order. Because they follow contentious brothers and sisters. That's it. Read.
Of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
And they prophesied of the grace that is coming to you. And you know what? When they prophesied of the grace that shall come unto us, when you're being inconsistent in your work, you can tell when the brothers and sisters are not being consistent. You see them on Facebook complaining. They're not going to their heads. And from their heads, they're not going to the elders. And they get so contentious and up in their feelings that they're not listening at all. You right there, your soul will not have salvation. Because you get real hateful, brothers and sisters, towards one another. And you're not having counsel, man. You think that you are above the law to take counsel. Read, is that it? Con. So let me get 2 Chronicles 15:7. May everything be done diligently and in order. Sorry, may everything be done decently and in order. Sorry.
Second Chronicles chapter 15, verse 17.
Con.
But the high places were not taken
Verse
away.
7. 2 Chronicles 15, verse 7.
Verse 7.
Con.
Be ye strong therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded.
So don't let you know, it said a slothful man becometh poor. What was that? A slothful man becometh poor?
Okay.
Now he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand. That's what it is. So this is Yahweh telling you, be ye strong therefore, and let not your hands be weak. And it's true. Stay diligent, man. Keep doing the work. Keep moving that plow. Keep moving that plow. Keep moving that plow. Keep moving that plow, man. That's what he wants you to do, is keep moving that plow. All right? Give me that in Luke. About the plow. Bible shop.
What?
I think it was Luke 9.
Luke
Hey, Slack it, man. I'm going through judgment right now. Yeah.
Alright.
God, read.
This is Luke chapter 9, verse 62. And Jesus said unto him, No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God.
Hey, take your hand from the plow and watch what happens. Because being inconsistent will cause you to take your hand from the plow. And you're not going to do the work. Okay? The work must be done. Alright? You got to do the work, man. You can't take your hand from the plow. You must stay diligent in this to the full assurance, right? To the full assurance of hope unto the end. Alright? And it's, give me 2 Peter 1:5 real quick. Don't take your hand from the plow, man. Don't take your hand from the plow. Keep working, keep doing this work. That plow is that, you know what I'm saying, plow the field, do the work. Do the work. We all were hired for a penny. We all get paid.
1 and 5.
2 Peter 1:5. We all getting the same. So don't think you're getting something different. All right, read.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 5.
Huh.
And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge.
Say it again.
2 Peter chapter 1, verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge.
So what does virtue mean? Right? Virtue is behavior showing high moral standards. A lot of y'all forget about being virtuous, brothers and sisters. You don't show a high morality. You don't show a high moral standard. You're not sticking to your principles, man. You're supposed to stick to your principle and change for no one. Yahweh gave an example. He sent his only begotten son down here to be an example how he wants things to be done. And he gave the women Sarah, princess. Ye are daughters of Sarah if you do good. He gave you examples, man. So he said virtue, behavior showing high moral standards, goodness. All right. So let me get one last precept and we're gonna be done with this, man. You know, 1 Corinthians 3 and 12. So we about to get out on this video, and do some things, make some more food for everybody.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12. Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be.
Oh, slack. 1 Corinthians 3:12. I think I may want you to start up a little bit. Con. Sorry, 12 and read 14.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12.
And this is what I was talking about. Every man's work will be made manifest. Okay? Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12. Now if any man build upon this foundation.
Say it again. Read it again.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 12.
Con.
Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, right? So, building upon Hamashiach Yahweh's foundation, that example that he set, his foundation, all work will be made manifest. It's going to show you whether it was supposed to be on that foundation or it's not. And it's going to be rebuked through the power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. It's going to be corrected by the law. And you're going to tell that this is not the work that you should be doing. All right, you need to stay diligent and stick to the script, stick to the foundation that was already set. Stay in line. All right, read.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire.
The day shall declare it, because it will be revealed by fire. You're going to be tested. Should your work be on the foundation? It's going to be tested. It's going to be that fire. All right, read.
because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall be try every man's work and what sort it is.
And what sort it is. What kind of work are you coming with, brother? Sister, what kind of work you coming with? Let's try this. Let's try this with the law. Let's see the work that you putting out belongs on this foundation. Read.
If any man's work abide which he hath built thereupon.
If any man's work abide with, if any man's work stays on the foundation, read.
He hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward.
So if your work belongs on the foundation of Mashiach Yahushua, you shall find a reward. So you're going to be tried by fire. So I suggest all brothers and sisters to stay diligent in this truth and keep on learning, man. Keep asking questions. Find you a camp. Find you a congregation that's in this truth. But your work is going to be tested, man. It's going to be tested. Okay? And with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. And with that, I say Shalom. And I got one more. Call Asherah, Debar Yahweh, and Nayashai, when Ashemai. All that Yahweh said, what we do in here.